All right, we are live, and as you can tell, I switched some things up. I moved the cameras around, and now I actually have a whiteboard. So the whiteboard is right here, and this will save me some paper. 'Cause to be honest with you, looking at my floor in my office, it's just covered with paper. So I'll be writing things down like I did before, and then I just throw it on the floor. So much to the chagrin of my wife Tina and my office. So this will help with everything that I want to do, and kind of streamline the process, and it won't be so blurry, and it'll look better. And as you can tell, things are moved around. So let's see. What's up, Connor? Good to see you again. Again, you are my go-to at this point. You're always here. Anyway, I think today being Friday and today being a Q&A day, with no new material, you have the assignment that's due Monday. I want to save today 4 questions about that assignment. So ideally, you would have tried the assignment already, and you've come across a question or two that you might have, and this is your opportunity to ask that. Or everything's cool, you know how to do it, and you turned it in already. I haven't checked to see if anyone's turned it in. In fact, let's do that right now. Let's see. Classwork. Kind of stalling here as I do this. 4 people have turned it in for the non-honors. Very good. It's more than I expected, to be honest. And no people have turned it in for the honors. So honors, you guys got to step it up. I'm assuming the 4 people who've turned it in for the non-honors actually are comfortable with their answers, and they're cool, and they know what's going on. This is going to be, this video is going to be a Q&A for people who have come across the question, are not totally sure how to answer it, and they just need a bit more direction, in other words. Also, I just put up a question on the Google Classroom, both classes. I'm considering, and this is not something I've done before, I'm considering doing what do you call it, Google Hangouts, where we can do an actual video face-to-face, and just because it's been a long time since I've seen any of you guys, and that will be one more time, one more opportunity to ask any last-minute questions or just chat, right? We don't normally, the way things have been, get that opportunity. Normally it's me talking to my laptop and occasionally getting a comment in the chats. So that's that. I'm just hoping that some people respond to that question. So I'm considering it. I'm not saying I'm definitely going to do the Google Hangouts, but I'm thinking at noon today I will log in, start a Hangout, put the link in that thing. We'll see, okay? It's not something I've ever done. I don't even know how to work it, but we're going to figure it out if you guys want to do that. So that's that, okay? It's entirely up to you. If it's something that you're interested in, I'm willing to give it a shot today. Today's the perfect day because, like I said, no new material. And it'll be one more opportunity to kind of ask each other some questions and get you squared away with this assignment. If we don't do it, I'm not saying I never will do it, but if for some reason it doesn't happen today, it's not off the table for the future. We could call this a trial run if a couple of people even respond. So as of right now, let's see. No one's commented on the honors. It's possible no one's even awake. And for the non-honors, no one's responded there either. So I know I just put that up a few moments ago, so I'm not expecting, a flurry of responses all at once. But if you guys get back to me, and if it's a couple of people, I'll say if at least 5 people respond, I could do a Google Hangouts at noon today. But 5 people got to respond to make it worth my while to set all this stuff up and to, get involved and make time to do that. Otherwise, I'm just going to be grading and stuff like that. So, again, entirely up to you. I need 5 people to respond. Okay. I think that's reasonable. And I got my test stream going on here. So as of right now, there are 3 people watching. 1 is Connor. 1 is myself. I don't know who the other person is. It might be my wife. She's been checking in every once in a while, getting these links and showing support. And yeah. So, Connor, do you have any questions regarding the assignment? Are you one of the people that actually turned it in? Let me know what you think. And I've been doing this for 6 minutes, and I'm kind of stalling at this point to give anyone an opportunity to check in and ask a question. So that's that. As far as what's been going on with me personally here at the house, we're making progress on the chicken coop. I'll have pictures up eventually. And today being the 24th, I made a promise to Tina and myself that we'll have chickens by the end of April. So I have just a few days to get this thing wrapped up, and I'm going to be working on it Saturday and Sunday after my other work around here. And hopefully I can get that done, and we can source some egg-laying chickens and get them in there and get some fresh eggs. We're also going to be planning some stuff in the garden, hopefully in the next week or so. Things have been, chaotic. It's been really difficult for me and Tina to come up with some kind of routine of when we do all our chores and all the housework and when we accomplish this and when we take care of that, and just coming up with a schedule. We were talking about it this morning. It's difficult because it seems like every day I wake up at a different time and I have different things to take care of. Spring break last week really threw me for a loop, and I really thought I was going to be able to get more done because I had more time, no offense, but I didn't have to worry about school during that week. And it was difficult to find a groove. And with my side business of grass cutting, there were days where I wasn't leaving the house until noon anyway, because I was doing stuff around here. And once this chicken coop gets set, and then I'm thinking I won't be finding time to build this chicken coop, and it'll just be going out every day at the same time to feed the chickens or check on them or collect the eggs or whatever, and then find time to weed the garden. It's just been tough. And all this is in the name of being more self-sufficient, just to try and take care of our family with more sustainable eggs and food and what have you. All right, so Connor, you were commenting. It says you're good but confused at the first with the ones where you had to create one, but got it in the end, I think. Plus, I just try and do everything early in the day for. Yeah, Connor, I'm with you. I wasn't always a morning person. I was more of an afternoon person when I was your age. But as you get older, you realize that you can get way more done, and you can get ahead of the knuckleheads that don't wake up. Tina's an even earlier person than me. By the time I wake up, like on my day off, I'm waking up at 6:30-ish. Maybe a few minutes earlier, maybe a few minutes later. But by the time I get up out of bed and take the dog out, Tina has given me a list of things that she's already accomplished for that day. Most mornings I'll come down, out of the bedroom, and she's already made a batch of cookies and prepared dinner for that day, and then started doing some crafting and things for her business and getting ready to go to work. The woman is amazing. Anyway, with all that in mind, Connor, let me know if you're good. If you want me to do an example, I can make one up, and it may or may not be related to the quiz because I don't remember the questions I put on the quiz. So in the chat, let me know if you want me to do an example. And they're not hard. The point of that section of the quiz is just to produce that chemical that I listed. So it'll be on the right-hand side of the arrow. It doesn't have to be the only product. It can be a variety. It can be 2 products, whatever. It can be 2 reactants, 1 reactant. As long as one of the products is that thing that I ask you to make. So a real common one. Okay, let's do one. So a real common one. Let me switch cameras here. All right, a real common one to make, and this may or may not be on the quiz, I don't recall, is water. Okay, so to make water, basically this is what you're doing. You realize that you have the arrow, and your goal is to make water. Is this can this be seen better than the paper I was using before? All right, I do have a light that is on me, but I can move the light. Let me know if this can be seen easier. than the paper that we were doing before. I think so, because at least on my screen, it seems to be, yeah, that's way better. I'm just rambling. All right, anyway, back to the question. The goal here is to make water. So the question would say water or H2O or whatever, okay? So you want to be able to make that. Now, just as an example, you might be able to look back in the previous part of the quiz and find a reaction that makes this. And it's totally legit and okay to use a reaction from earlier in the quiz as your answer here. That you might not have to even think of one. There might be already one given to you. So just look around for an example, and it's not that bad. So anyway, one of the classic ways to make water, and I'll give you 2 examples, all right? So, all right, we'll do 2 of them. So the first one is a basic combustion, where I have something like CH4 plus O2 makes H2O and CO2. There you go. All right, and then the last part would be just to balance it, like so. Another way to make water, so there's more than one right answer, okay? Notice that I made water. I do have another product, so what? And I do have 2 reactants. In the end, the rest of the stuff doesn't matter. The goal is just produce that thing, okay? Another way to do it is a single replacement reaction with something like sodium hydroxide and HCl. All right, so this would be a double where the metals are going to switch. Sodium and hydrogen are going to swap places, and you're going to get H2O. In other words, you could write it as HOH, and sodium chloride. And that one comes out to be balanced already. So that's all we were trying to do, all right? That's your goal, and we made it. I don't care about the rest of it as long as it's a legitimate reaction and it can be balanced. All right, so Connor, I hope that answered your question, and if it pointed you in the right direction and it was actually helpful. That's the goal here. So let's check in on the Google Classroom while we wait for confirmation from Connor that made sense. And so far, I don't have anyone responding in honors for the Google Hangouts or anyone responding in the non-honors. Okay, no big deal. I mean, I'm just throwing the idea out there, and if it doesn't, then if it doesn't happen, I'm not upset. I just want to. It'd be nice to see you guys. Anyway, so, okay, Connor, you're good. All right, if you have that's a great question. Let me just put it that way. That's awesome. All right, so you guys are, at least you are, following through on your responsibility. And anyone else who watches this after the fact, you just got potentially an answer on the quiz that's due Monday. All right, so that's that. Anyway, Monday morning, because I've been at this one right now for almost 15 minutes, Monday morning, we will do this again at 8 and again at 9. So today is 8 and 9. Monday will be 8 and 9. Now, today is simply just a Q&A review. Any particular questions, I'm game. Potentially a chance to have a hangout as well. I'm going to wait until like maybe 10 or so to see if anyone's responding. And if I get 5 responses of, yes, let's do it today at noon, then I'm game. I'll do it. And then Monday will be a review, 8 and 9. But at 8 a.m., we're going to do slightly new stuff for the next unit for non-honors. And at 9, we'll do a review and new stuff for the honors. Okay? So you non-honors guys, we're starting a new unit next week. Honors, we got some more to talk about before we wrap up your unit, and then we go from there. All right? So, Connor, you got any last-minute questions before I give up on this one? Because it's been 15 minutes or so, and, it's just me and you, it looks like. Anybody else out there, you got to say hi. I don't see anybody else, so it is what it is. And only 2 likes. And I know hold on. It says 3 likes. I know one of them was from me. That's only slightly embarrassing. This is difficult to do. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to not talk to anyone without any pauses in the conversation, and it seems like you're engaging with somebody, and you have to really kind of put yourself out there as if you're talking to somebody, but you're not getting anything back. I don't know how these radio guys do it, or these single-person podcasters. You ever listen to a single person podcast and they just chat and they seem to have some sort of direction and it's entertaining and you don't know where they're getting all this info or how they're just able to continue talking. Me personally, I tend to just think in my head and I don't think out loud. I know some people who think out loud. My lovely wife, Tina, I love her to death, but we were just talking about this last night. She would be amazing on a podcast. You just turn the mic on and let her roll. She thinks out loud all the time. So whatever thought she has, it's there. Everybody can hear it. Me, I have to force myself to come up with more and more things to say, and I'm struggling with that as we speak. And it's been, at least on my end, 16 minutes. So, Connor, you're good. I'm good. We're going to double check one last time for the any comments about the Google Hangouts. I'll do this one last time on this portion. So far, no one for honors and no one for non-honors. So, Connor, you're the only one who's like been with me consistently. Kaylin's been in pretty consistently as well. And you two guys have been like my go-tos. Okay, so thank you for that, for kind of being receptive. Anyway, since you guys are here, Connor, definitely, potentially Kaylin, let me know if you want to do that hangout at noon. Okay, so we do 8, 9, and 12. It's whatever. All right. And Connor, you say, plus it's hard to do that since I know some kids who do the work in the afternoon, plus podcasts are cool. Yeah, it's the whole being a morning, afternoon person thing all over again. I get it, but it's like I have some things I need to do here at the house as well. So we got to find a happy medium. Medium. We got to find a compromise where I can get this information out to you guys and interact with you as much as possible while you can still get your stuff done on your time and I can get my stuff done on my time. We got to find a compromise. So that's why I'm thinking today we can do the hangout. If people are receptive to it, at least that way you can get your camera going and I can finally see your faces again, because it's been how long? And I know my persona at school is that I don't like you guys, and I'm kind of hard on you, and I'm a little standoffish and distant. But that is my persona. In reality, I really do like you guys, and I appreciate those of you who let me do my job, and I want to see the best for you guys. So it would be nice to talk to you face to face. And Connor, what's your favorite podcast? All right, let's go down that route. Okay, so Connor. You say podcasts are cool. I listen to podcasts almost every day. My favorite is the Joe Rogan Experience. I listen to that one every time one comes out. They're anywhere between an hour and a half and 3 hours long, give or take, with different people. If you're not familiar with it, it's definitely something you should check out. It's like a guy podcast. He'll have anyone on there that's interesting, whether it's just his friends or people he admires or people he just wants to interview. He's had a lot of people on about the virus, doctors and scientists and other comedians that you can get their opinion. So that's very entertaining. Not all of them are amazing to listen to. I don't get through all of them, but most of them, which makes it a great podcast, I listen to audio. So I have these Bluetooth headphones that are like noise canceling. So when I'm out working the mower and the other equipment, I got these big headphones on, and I can Bluetooth from my phone, so I can listen to the podcast while I'm working. And it's made my life so much more enjoyable, working a mower and protecting my hearing and listening to entertainment at the same time. It's been working out great. So that's my favorite podcast by far. And then I listen to a couple others. I do listen to the occasional Bill Burr and Bert Kreischer and Chris D'Elia, Tom Segura. All these comedians are actually friends, and I listen to them. But I do also listen to some political podcasts to try and stay informed. And, I don't want to get too political, so I'm going to leave out who I listen to. It's really none of anyone's business what I listen to and what you listen to, but we're just kind of chatting here. So I listen to political podcasts. It's like political commentary as well. And then when I've exhausted all that, because I'll be listening to podcasts probably 4 to 7 hours a day, depending on what I'm doing, I'll just turn on the music. I have the the YouTube Music app, and I just listen to that. It plays random stuff. So it's not, I mean, it's not that it's hard on teachers, because to be honest with you, this is easier than me waking up at 4, letting the dog out, coming to school, getting there, sitting around, waiting for the day to start, making copies and all that stuff. This is easier. But talking to a laptop is more difficult because I'm not getting any feedback. That's the only thing. And there's this one they do outside that is cool, and random people would just walk up and talk. Yeah, which one is that? Is that a podcast you're talking about? The one that they do outside? That could be interesting. Let me know who that is, and if it's something I'm into, I'll check it out for sure. Anyway, I think personally the way I have it set up today, the quality's looking good. Let me know how the audio sounds, and we're gonna be closing it out with those 2 questions. How's the audio? How's the quality? All right, Connor, you're my guinea pig on all this stuff. So anyway, while I wait for that answer, let's double check it one more time. And at this moment, for the honors course, no one's responded. And for the non-honors, no one has responded. So as of this moment, it doesn't look like the hangout today is going to start. It says podcast, but outside. You got a name of that podcast? Let me know. All right, I'm going to switch over to another screen and kind of pause the live stream, and I'll pick it up again at 9. So, Connor, you will still have an opportunity to respond to that question. Give me a name of that podcast. Okay? I'll check it out. Why not? And if you got anything else that I should be listening to that you recommend, go for it. But I recommend the Joe Rogan Experience. It's on YouTube, so you don't even need like any of the podcasting software or anything on your phone. You just go watch the videos. Joe Rogan Experience. I think it's on YouTube if you search for Powerful JRE, all one word, no spaces. Powerful JRE, the Powerful Joe Rogan Experience. YouTube that, you can find all his videos. He's got over 1,000, closing in on 1,500 episodes. Some of them are good. Some of them are okay. I'll put it that way. Even his worst ones are just okay. All right, so watch that. Check it out, whatever. And I'm going to close this out, and I'll be back at 9 a.m. All right, guys. I will see you then. And, yeah, I'll talk to you then. All right, guys. Take it easy. All right, here we are once again live. Same live stream. Now we're at 9 a.m. And this portion is supposed to be dedicated to the honors class that I teach. But to be honest with you, anyone can log in and ask a question. So at this moment, there are two people that are called concurrent viewers. So what you guys can't see is a dashboard for when you do a excuse me. For when you're doing a live stream, you have the chat and everything. It's a different screen than what you would see as just a viewer. So I can see some stuff that you can't see. But there are two people watching, and one of them is me over here on this computer. So that's a little embarrassing, having a live stream with a person watching. I don't even know who the second person is. So if you're watching, I need you to say hi so I can see who it is. And this won't go on much longer if no one else logs in. But what I do want to say is that I'm considering doing a Google Hangouts at noon today because it's been a while since I've seen you guys. And, it'd be nice just to kind of hang out and see how everybody's doing, chemistry aside. But it would be a third opportunity today to ask any questions that you might have. So I'm thinking about doing that. I put on the Google Classroom for both classes just a question, a comment on the stream for you to respond to. If you're interested in doing that, you got to let me know because I need at least 5 people to make it worth my while. And at this moment so far, no one has responded to that. And, oh, hey, what's up? What's going on? All right, somebody's checking in. Very good. All right, so if you go to the Google Classroom, and you respond to that, and I get 5 people with a thumbs up or saying, yeah, they're going to be around at noon and they're willing to do a Google Hangout, I'll do my best to make it happen. It's not something that let me put it this way. If I get 5 people to respond and say, yeah, they want to do it, I'll do it today at noon. That doesn't mean that I'll never, ever try it again. Just means we'll do it today. And if I don't get 5, then whatever, right? You guys didn't want to do it. It's fine. Whatever. And I'm considering if I get enough positive feedback that is something that we could do more often and get this face-to-face that we don't normally get doing it this way. So anyway, check that out. And as you can tell, I kind of changed some things up here in the office. I moved my laptop around and all that. And I actually got my whiteboard set up. So you can see to my left the whiteboard, and I have, like, if I look at this camera here, so this is my whiteboard here. I have a camera right here, and it's looking straight down, and then I can do this now. So this is my whiteboard, and I can do any questions that you might, and this will save me paper because I was just jotting stuff down on paper and then throwing it on the floor. So I have a pile of paper here that I need to clean up, but that'll happen eventually, I suppose. So that's that. If you guys have any specific questions about your assignment that is due on Monday, this might be a good time to ask. So today is Friday. I did a section at 8, and I'm doing this again now at 9. And I would like to do this same Q&A setup on Monday as well. So here's the deal. 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. today, I made videos, okay? I'm considering doing another one at noon for the Google Hangouts, and that's if I get enough answers saying that you're going to be around. So 8 and 9 today, maybe noon. And then on Monday, we're going to do 8 and 9 a.m. again, 8 for non-honors, 9 for honors. And both of them will be Q&A. But for non-honors, we're also going to start the next unit. Honors, we're going to continue with the current unit because there's still more to cover. There's a lot more to talk about. So we're going to continue with the current unit there. But part of that will be dedicated to Q&A. Both you guys, honors and non-honors, have an assignment due on Monday. And that's that. So at this point, we're down to 2 people who are watching. And I know one of them's me. Oh, we're up to 3. Okay. So if you guys don't have any questions, I'm going to be logging out in a moment. I want to be able to help you guys answer these questions. So hopefully you did the questions and everything makes sense and you turned it in and you're good from there. Let's check honors and see how many people have turned this thing in so far. At this point, nobody has turned it in. So either no one's started it, which is fine, it's due Monday, or everybody's comfortable with the questions that they've seen and they're willing to just give it a shot on their own. Monday morning is your last chance to ask any questions of me to make sure you're on the right track. I mean, that's really all I got to say at this point. So you got to get that assignment done, and I'm looking for some people to respond to that question about whether or not you're willing to do a Google Hangout. I need 5 people, again, to make it worth my while. So I'll be checking again onto the Google Classroom, whether or not you guys are good. Yeah, of course. You can email me questions anytime. That's not a problem. I might not be checking the email, full disclosure. I might not check my email all that much over the weekend. Today, I'll probably be checking it off and on, only because it's raining out and I don't have an opportunity to go do my other job today. So with the rain, I can't do any landscaping, which means I'll check my phone more often than I normally do. But tomorrow I'm working, and Sunday's family time, and I got stuff around the house to do. So if you send me an email over the weekend, there's a very good chance I won't be able to get to it until Monday morning, okay? It's just a sad fact. But Monday morning, there will be that video anyway. So I know you don't have any questions now, but if you develop a question and for some reason we don't talk to each other over the weekend, you can ask it again Monday morning. It's not that bad, okay? So again, last call. Any questions, and check Google Classroom for that question about doing a live stream. I'm thinking not live stream, Google Hangouts, whatever the thing is called. Thinking about doing one at noon, so you guys have your camera. I could see you. You could see me. It is what it is. We'll give it a shot. Never done it before. Not something I'm used to, but we'll give it a try. I seem to be getting better and more equipped at these, what do you call it? These live streams that we're doing. And I think the quality's getting a little better. It's not bad. I mean, I've seen worse, right? Whatever. All right, so this has been another 10 minutes of me talking to my laptop, and frankly, it's a little embarrassing to have 3 of you, and one of them is me, watching myself. Boy. Whatever. So, on a side note, Tina's at work. I had cookies, a couple slices of pepperoni, and root beer for breakfast. This is what happens when she's not around. So, yeah. I really need to start taking care of myself a little better, I guess. Anyway, quality's getting better. Okay, good. I have some things in the works to make this an even better experience for you guys. But again, I got this this whiteboard ready to go, so this will be more easily seen. It's better contrast. You can actually see what I'm writing. It's not so blurry, and I can move the camera around, and that is directly in front of me, so it's right here. My camera, it's ready to go. I got my laptop right there, and I have a camcorder that I use to make my other YouTube videos, and I'm thinking about trying to come up with a way to integrate that as another camera. We'll see. I need to buy some hardware to make that happen because it doesn't just plug right into my laptop. But, one can dream. So that's that. I'm going to leave it here because I'm just rambling at this point, and you guys are probably bored. And the fact that you actually checked in, thank you. I appreciate it. Not a whole lot of people actually are online with me at this point. And I was talking to Connor, in my other class earlier today. You could see the chat there. I'm more of a morning person, and I'm assuming you guys as teenagers are more of afternoon people. And whatever, I get it. But that's the beauty of making the videos this way, where I can record them, and they're there forever for you to watch them whenever. But if you don't watch them live, you don't get the opportunity to ask any questions. So, on a side note, I did check in with my colleagues, the other teachers in the science department about the park. I know you were asking about that, so I want to give you some feedback. And they all told me that no one in particular, no teacher really knows the answer to your question. They suggested that I refer you to your guidance counselor, being that every student is in a different situation, and this fourth quarter, no one knows what's going to happen with the grading and what have you. So they're scrambling behind the scenes to figure out how to come up with grading policies best to serve you guys. And as far as standardized testing goes, no one truly knows, no teacher truly knows all the scenarios for each particular student. So you should be checking with either an administrator, like Mr. Brownridge, or Dr. Brownridge, or Mrs. Threadgill, or Mr. Russell, or anybody like that. But your guidance counselor is probably your best bet to get a straight answer. I don't have a straight answer. I tried, but no one seemed to have one to give to me to give to you. So that's that. All right, I'm gonna check out on this one. Okay, it's been almost 15 minutes, and you guys aren't really asking any questions, but I'll be checking my email throughout today every so often just to see if you have any specific questions. I'll do my best. I'll be on my phone, so it might be a little clunky of a response, but I'll do my best, okay, just like you guys are. Again, check out the Google Classroom. Let's see if anyone's responded. As of right now, it doesn't look like anyone's into the Google Hangout. It's not something I definitely have to do, but I wanted to extend that courtesy to you guys just in case this live stream thing wasn't working out for you. But this is the best I can do, and the Hangout might be another option. It's only, it's the only thing I can do. I can't drive to your house. I can't meet you guys all in the park or whatever. This is getting ridiculous. But we still have school. So here we are in my office with a blanket on the wall. No one's asked me about that, by the way. The blanket on the wall is actually supposed to deaden the sound. So this room, there's nothing on the walls. I have curtains over here on the window, and I have the blanket behind me. That's supposed to absorb the sound so it doesn't sound so echoey. And I think it's doing a pretty good job. I got some other plans that I want to do. Because keep in mind, I do have that other YouTube channel that I've been running. So I had all this stuff set up anyway, and I just started a new channel for you guys. So it is what it is. Okay, I'm out. I'm now sounding like a crazy person. I will talk to you guys maybe at noon today. If for some reason enough people respond in a short amount of time from now, I need 5 people minimum, I'll get that thing happening at noon. If not, Monday at 8 a.m. That's just kind of, that's going to happen. The thing today at noon might not if no one responds. All right, with that, I'm going to check out. I'll see what you guys potentially later today. And if not, I will definitely be up and running on 8 a.m. Monday. Your quizzes are due at noon. So you got some last-minute opportunities to ask questions then. All right, guys, thanks for checking in, those that did check in, and I will talk to you again soon. All right, if I don't, have a good weekend. See you then.